All right, y'all. Uno momento, por favor. All right. Need to close the door. So, hey, y'all. I So I figured, hey, I'm here, you know? And why am I here? Why is Travis able to do a live review? Coronavirus. That is why. So, um, and you have to excuse me, I'm probably gonna touch my nose a whole bunch because my mustache needs to be trimmed and it's tickling my nose. So if I do this a whole lot, it's because I need to trim my nose. And my hat is on because my head is not shaven. So obviously, the virus that's going around is milly rocking all throughout the country. So they closed down here in North Carolina. They closed down all of our schools. So I've been working from home for the past few days. So I figured, well, since I'm working from home, I don't have to get up early in the morning. I might as well just take this as an opportunity to actually, number one, watch the show all the way through. And number two, go ahead and just do a live review. I try to do at least one live review every season, and I haven't done one yet. So I figured, let me go ahead and do one now. So I'm here, scatterbrains. I feel like I'm loud because everybody's in bed, so I'm trying not to be too loud and ignorant. But I'm here. So this is what I need y'all to do right now. While you are watching me, I need you to go ahead. Are you mentally okay after watching? Yeah, it is what it is. I need y'all to go ahead and tap the thumbs up button. Thank you to the person who has done that already. I'm going to pull up my notes so we can talk about season 10, episode 12. It wasn't really an eventful episode. So, and I hear people in their videos talking about and drop some such and such as down in the comments. We need an emoji. We need an emoji that's just for the scatterbrains to drop down in the comments. Let me figure out what emoji I need y'all to drop down in the comments. Have y'all dropped something? Isn't it like a starburst looking something? Like a burst of sunshine and rays. I hope everybody's been doing well. I hope everybody's been washing their hands, taking care of themselves. This is a really interesting time within the country. Here we go. This is the emoji I need y'all to drop down in the comments. This one right here. Oh, I can't zoom in. Okay, so I don't know what the name of it is. This one right here. That one. That feels very scattered brilliancy. That one right there. Drop that down in the comments. I don't know what it is. We'll call it a brilliance. Or drop some of those brilliance down in the comments, scatterbrains. But yes, I hope everybody's been doing really well with what's going on in the country. Hope everybody's taking care of themselves, being safe, not going places that you're not supposed to. We're on the brink of being quarantined at home. Yes, drop some of those brilliance or thingies. I don't know what they are, but drop some of them. Somebody dropped a star. I'll take a star. Somebody's mind is blown. I'll take that too. Just drop some down in the comments to let me know you're here. And I'm doing all this because the episode really didn't have a lot going on. But today was recommitment day on the show. And each couple met with I think the men met with Pastor Cal and the women met with Viviana. Okay, so y'all are just dropping whatever y'all want to down in the comments. What's up, Baltimore? Somebody dropped some rainbows. Somebody, what is that? That's a basketball? Okay, hey, drop whatever emoji is on your heart. Do that. But it was recommitment day, so the guys met with Pastor Cal, the women met with Dr. Viviana. For everybody to just kind of talk about whether somebody's dropping peaches. Okay, I'll take it. And it was a very uneventful episode. And I don't want to say it was fake-ish, but it was kind of fake-ish on some people's parts, But I got something I think I may end up telling y'all at the end of this live. We'll see. But we can start with Eminem, I guess. Now let me also say, I am a father and a husband. So I was multitasking for real tonight because I had wireless earbuds. So I had Married at First Sight playing in my wireless earbud, and I had the iPad beside me. But we were watching The Masked Singer, but because for me, Masked Singer is a little more important than Married at First Sight. So we had Masked Singer playing on the TV, and I had Married at First Sight playing on my iPad with it playing in my ear. So I'm listening to Married at First Sight in one ear and The Masked Singer on the other, and trying to take notes but watch the performances at the same time. So I'm pretty sure there are things that I missed, but y'all can just drop those down in the comments. I don't plan on being on here long. I will say that I need to get back upstairs to my wife. Okay, so we can start out talking about Eminem. At the beginning of the episode, Perch is trimming grass. I don't understand what kind of feng shui thing he has going on, but he was really intensely trying to trim this grass. And his whole reasoning behind it was because whenever they get their own place, that he gonna have to trim the grass. Now, if he's planning on people, there are people who trim grass with scissors. I don't understand it, but Perch was really focused on that. I will say, just to make things go a little bit faster, everybody recommitted in this episode. If you haven't watched the episode, oops, that was a spoiler alert. But I'm in Vegas and it hasn't aired yet. Oh, sorry, spoiler alert. But everybody has recommitted. But let's see what stood out for me as far as Eminem is concerned. When is the sketch? And I'll get to the sketch at the end of this video. But so Pastor Cal asks, has this honesty that Perch has been giving Meka been settled? He says yes, but obviously he's lying. Obviously he's lying because Meka is still feeling some kind of way about the fact that Perch cannot tell the truth. And yeah, I don't feel like doing a play-by-play. I really don't. Yeah, all in all, when it comes to Eminem, they both realize that there are things they both have to work on. For Perch's sake, he feels like, he has to work on that whole honesty thing. And for Mika's sake, she needs to give him what they call a soft place to land. And G-Ma, you're absolutely right. I was going to circle back around to that later. But that's really all that happened with them. It's not much. It's pretty much the same thing. Michael is still lying. Meka just wants the truth, and Meka is, giving Michael a hard time. And do we really need to spend any more time talking about Perch and Meka? He is a jammy. You can't convince me otherwise. He might be. I don't really think there's anything else we need to talk about regarding them, because it's just Meka is angry. I don't know if I would say that she's angry. I think she's just tired. I think she's tired. Hey, Basandi. I think she's tired. I don't think Mika is angry. I think she's tired of dealing with somebody who seems to have an issue telling the truth. I think that's what it all boils down to. But they decide that they're going to recommit and try. Oh, let's talk about this now while it's on my mind. I think so. Do you think the trip to Jamaica will be real? I feel like maybe in the preview for next week, see that one hair. I feel like that preview in the next week, we see them maybe in Jamaica. I don't know, but I don't trust anything. This one hair is going to drive me crazy. This one mustache hair is going to drive me crazy. It's got me looking like I'm digging in my nose. Ugh. But I don't trust anything that Perch has to say. When Cal was talking to me, he was doing all the... when he sits and looks like that, it bothers me. Like he's just... And then like all of that. Like, what are you doing all of that for? It's not that deep. But did y'all see in the preview, for those who have watched, did y'all see in the preview for next week that Taylor and her wig had a new wig on? Twice! There was 2 different times in the preview for next week where Taylor and her wig did not have on her Cowardly Lion wig. I was like, well, go on, Taylor and your wig. Like, drop some Brilliancy things down in the comments if you're excited to see Taylor and her new wig. She gonna get a new name for that. Like, it was fresh. It wasn't frizzled. It was frizzy. Like, it looked like it was fresh out the plastic. I was like, come on, Taylor and your wig. No more Cowardly Lion. It ain't quite Beyonce, but no more cowardly lying. I'm happy. I was like, dang, go ahead, Taylor. Like them married at first sight checks finally kicking in. Finally. But yes, for those who haven't watched, she's gonna have a new wig, two of them. Because I think there was a scene of her playing basketball with Bruden, and it looked like a long, like a kind of like a straight-ish wig. Then there was another scene, they looked like they was out at dinner, and it was like a swoop. I was like, because I know that hair she got stank, so good for her. But anyway, I'm moving on from Eminem because I'm spending too much time on him anyway. Let's go to Joslyn. Everything's going well for Joslyn. The biggest thing for Joslyn is he is still not telling Jessica that he loves her, and it may be because he doesn't. But Jessica, I think, has fallen in love with him at this point, and I think next week she's going to tell him. But you know, her biggest thing is she just wants him to be more open and honest about how he's feeling, and that's it. I don't really feel like we saw them longer than 8 minutes in this whole episode. So there's that. We can go to Brayler next. When we finally get to see Brayler, because we don't see them until probably like an hour into the show. She needs. And see, the only thing I hate about live videos is by the time y'all are like seeing what I'm saying, I've already actually moved on. So by the time I see y'all responding to what y'all are saying, hey from New Jersey. Um, but yeah, as far as Brayler is concerned, when we first see Taylor in her wig and her crack phone, she looks scary, like a little something out of a horror movie. I don't have anything in here. Do I have anything? I do have something. Hold on. Oh shoot! Don't let me knock the phone down. Y'all know I like a good prop. It's a t-shirt, I guess. This is one of my shirts. Yeah. So, and I ain't taking his hat off because y'all ain't about to see what my scalp looks like up under here. So when it opens up, it looks like Taylor and her wig is getting bigger. Like her wig is getting bigger by the week. And the wig, this would look like it has just completely engulfed her. So this was not planned. I'm gonna see if I can make it look. I feel like when we saw her today, this is not working. I feel this is what we saw. When the camera first showed us Taylor, this is what we saw. Mostly hair, not a lot of face. And she looked like this. And I was like, this looks a little scary. Like, why is she looking like that? Like, did anybody else see that? I mean, she was just like zoned out. But things took a turn for Brayler this episode. They both decide that in order for them to continue in their marriage, Bruden has things that he wants Taylor and her wig and her crack phone to do. Taylor and her wig and her crack phone has things that she wants Bruden to do. So they tell the experts, I'll move forward if this person can do X, Y, and Z. And then they end up having a conversation that went pretty well. Later on, her wig is like a metaphor for her marriage with Brandon. Very much for this tonight. But they pretty much say they like to move forward with this understanding of how they want the other person to be. But all in all, when it comes to Brayler, it's about the check. That's really what it's all about. There's a fan account on Instagram, a Married at First Sight fan account, and they post a whole lot of spoilers. So I've read through those and everything. I just don't talk about them on here because I don't want to spoil things for people who actually feel like this show is, quality TV. But one of the things they posted was the contract. I don't know whose contract they got, but they posted an alleged contract for the show. And in the contract, it talked about if you were to quit the process before the 8 weeks is over, you are liable for an X amount of dollars. Because when you think about the amount of money that goes into the production of putting the show together, you're going to be responsible for that, for not finishing it out. And I think that is the thing that's keeping um out that's keeping Brand Taylor her wig and her crack phone and hair. I think those are the three people who are really just in this for the check at this point. Because I feel like I'm not gonna go in that rant right now. I'll say that for the end. Brayler decides that they want to. I'll tell y'all the account in a minute. But they decided they're going to work things out. So the account is, I want to just say it's MAS fan or something like that. It's something real simple. If you Google Married at First Sight fan account, it'll probably be the only thing that comes up. It'll probably be the main one that comes up. But they have an Instagram account and they post a whole lot of spoilers and they post a lot of receipts. So people send them information and they post it as far as like, if you want to know ahead of time who's together and who's not together, go look at their Instagram page. It'll give you all the information about who is together and who's not, like court filings, all of that kind of stuff. They had that kind of stuff if you're interested. But the contract, I thought, proves that only some of these people are only in this for the money. All right, we can move on to Carrick, and then we'll round it out with Mitch. So I don't really, I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to Carrick throughout the season. I mean, because they've kind of been so like lovey-dovey in each other's face. They're so young. I'm kind of just like, y'all are so wide nose. Y'all don't really know what's going on. But something stuck out for me in this episode was the way Kay was responding to Derek's dream. So Derek apparently has all these things he wants to accomplish. I think he called it it's on his bucket list last week or something. And he wants to do things like write a Christmas song, or he wants to write a children's book, stuff like that. And Katie doesn't seem to be very supportive or receptive of the things that he wants to do. And that part I don't understand, because I kind of feel like when you're married to somebody, or even when you're just in a relationship with somebody, it's your job to be that person's number one fan. Even if you think the ideas are crazy, you still should give feedback, but support at the same time. And I think that that's her problem. She's being a for real dream killer, and I don't like people like that. Like, one of the things he said was he wanted, once they had kids, he may want to write a book. And she was like, you can't do that. She said something to the effect of like, you can't do that when you have a family and you have kids. This is a telltale sign that you can't do it. I wrote that book with a child and a wife. Now, granted, there are sacrifices that have to be made, but you can absolutely do things if you people make time for the stuff they want to make time for. So I just didn't understand why she was just so like, you have too many dreams. Like, I don't think there's a such thing as having too many dreams. Like, I didn't like that. I didn't like that, because as a dreamer myself, Carmen and I wouldn't have made it this far if she felt like she felt. Like, if she would have been the kind of person to be like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do that, we wouldn't have made it this far. My wife is the most supportive person that I know. She supports all my dreams, all my stupid ideas. She supports them, which is what a spouse is supposed to do. And I support the things that she wants to do. And if you with somebody who doesn't support you, you with the wrong person. That's really what it all boils down to. But that's just kind of the stuff they talk about to the experts. And I don't remember what they told them to do. Oh, because the argument between them got so bad he ended up sleeping on the couch. I was like, but they're all in the same apartment complex, and it seemed like everybody's apartment had 2 rooms. So why you chose this? Don't y'all have another room with a bed in it? So I didn't understand why I feel like I'm missing so many comments because I'm just trying to keep the review going. So I'm gonna have to go back and kind of scroll through. But drop some brilliances right now, just because I'm thinking about it. Drop some brilliances down in the comments. I'm gonna wait for a minute so I can see them. Go ahead and drop me some brilliances. Just go ahead and just light it up. So yeah, that's all that really, nothing else happened with them besides her being a dream killer this episode. Oh, look at and that peach, somebody's still dropping peaches. It's okay though. I had peaches in my smoothie this morning. I'll take it. Let's see what else. He gets defensive, I mean, as he should, but yeah, they pretty much tell her that she needs to support him. That's pretty much, yes. Oh, I missed that comment. But that's all I have for them, because I'm gonna end it with Mitch, because this review is gonna be less than 30 minutes. I'm getting off of here once again at 30. The peaches are amazing. The peaches are amazing. We're gonna end it with Mitch, because I don't have a lot. Like I said, this episode didn't have a lot. I felt like, I wish that I could have did a live on a different episode, because this episode was boring. I mean, but I'm here, and there's 75 people watching me right now. There's 75 people watching me, and I had 25 thumbs up. So if you other 50 people could hit the thumbs up button, that would make my day. 74. I guess I just made somebody mad. 73. Oh, the number is slowly dropping. My bad. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button already, go ahead and hit it. The info about the contracts explains so much. So as far as Mitch is concerned, they meet with the counselors as well, give the rundown about what's been happening. Hare believes that moving in with teeth is not going to make a difference. And I don't, like I said, I believe Hare is in this for the check, and I think Hare is in this for the exposure. I think, he's going to be in a win-win situation, because regardless of us who watch the show and we think he's a terrible person, there are going to be plenty of women who are going to be throwing themselves at him. Thank you so much, Matthew, for the $3.99. I still don't know how to collect this money. Every time I do a live, somebody donates money, and I don't know how to access it. So I guess it'll just be sitting. Thank you, though. I don't really know how to get to it. But Harry's full of it, of himself, and full of, the other stuff. Because he's giving all these excuses about why he doesn't move in, why he's not going to move in. And then, all in all, they talking into moving in. And we don't find out during this episode what is the lie that Teeth allegedly told him. But we don't find that out, but he ends up saying he's going to move in. But at the end of the episode, Teeth is real excited about him moving in. And she's like, oh, this is going to be the first time that I wake up to my husband since the honeymoon. And then here hits her with a swift, yeah, I'm going to sleep in the other room. And then it's like, it's almost as if you could hear that Price is Right sound, that boom, 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 because her face just cracked right there on the screen. And I think Teeth might be in it for the check too, because she knows if she quits early, she's gonna have to pay some money. But yeah, Harry's full of it. Y'all know this, and I'm so sick and tired of watching him. I'm so sick and tired of watching him on this show, because he is acting as if we are all dumb, and we're not. Even Pastor Cal can see through this, and it is hilarious to see him watch Hare try to just make sense of what he's doing, even though it doesn't make sense, because Pastor Cal just sits there like, that's how we all are looking at the TV. What do you mean? Pay some, oh shoot. Somebody said what I mean, pay some money. From what I saw, I didn't read the contract in full. Somebody posted what is an alleged Married at First Sight contestant contract. And there's a stipulation in there that if you do not complete the process, then you will be liable for costs associated with production. So, think about the amount of money that it takes to put on one of these shows. If you don't follow through all the way through the 8 weeks and the decision day and the reunion and all of that, you're going to be liable for some of those expenses that, had to be paid out because you decided to quit. It's just like, I guess not just like any other job. You quit a job, you get whatever you made, but this is an investment for a production company. And if they're losing part of their human capital, they're going to go get that. Okay. But so I have 6 minutes until I'm getting off. So the episode was whack, whatever. Y'all got any questions? I know there's been a lot of comments that's been coming through, and I didn't really get a chance to look at them. So we're going to take these last 6 minutes and ask me whatever you want to regarding Married at First Sight. I will say this while y'all are sending your questions. There probably will not be a skit. I'm starting to have different feelings about the show, and that's just me being honest. And I know this is not going to be news that anybody really wants to hear, but more than likely, this will probably be my last season reviewing the show. And, it's nice to get the money from YouTube from reviewing the show, but morally, I'm starting to be conflicted. As a married man, as a man who believes in marriage, This show is not what it used to be. When we started watching this show, we started watching it it was like season 3 when my wife and I started watching. And for those of y'all who've been watching it that long, you know that this show is not the same anymore. This show is, back then, they were actually trying to help people make their marriages work, get it to work, but now it's a mockery of marriage. That is what this show has turned into. And as a married person, morally, I feel like that makes me a hypocrite to believe in the institution of marriage and believe that, marriage is a good thing and marriage can work and all of that kind of stuff, and then see what they're showing on TV. Because to me, it's not about the marriages anymore. It's about ratings. Because if it wasn't about ratings, what would be the reason to keep adding more couples to this show? They started off with 3, then it went to 4. Now they're going to 5. And to me, it's just like, it just I don't feel right anymore about it. So I'm gonna continue this season because I love my scatterbrains, but I don't hold your breath at all for any more reviews from me as far as Married at First Sight is concerned, because I'm not even gonna watch the show after the season because it's not sitting right in my spirit anymore. But I know that ain't happy news, and I know people are gonna be disappointed, but that's just, I can't fake it anymore. I can't fake like, oh, this show is so good. No, this show is it's a train wreck. It's a train wreck, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look for marriage. But as far as what else I'm gonna review, I'm open. I say it all the time, but just not anything that's 2 hours. 90 Day Fiance, those shows are very entertaining, but those shows are long. Those shows are way too long. And if I've learned nothing else, I've learned that I cannot do over an hour show with 2 kids and a wife and a life. It's just not possible. But I got 3 minutes. Anybody have any questions before I get off of here? Let me know. I'm so glad that y'all have been watching my reviews, that y'all have been sharing and commenting, subscribing, all of that kind of stuff. I'm really appreciating all the love. Drop some brilliances down in the comments while I wait for some questions. Just drop some brilliances down in the comments. Love is Blind. Now, the only thing about Love is Blind, from what I understand, Love is Blind is over, isn't it? Should Lindsay come to the reunion? Lindsay should come to the reunion because we need to see Lindsay and Zach Hare face off. Do you watch the council who does reviews? I don't watch anybody's Married at First Sight reviews because I barely don't want to watch the show. I don't even watch my own reviews like that. So I'm not watching nobody else talk about the show. Is that little girl in your book? Is that your little girl in your book? No, this little girl was inspired by my daughter, but it's not supposed to be my daughter. Do you think any of the marriages will be successful? No. Lindsay's trifling. That's how I feel about Lindsay. You can't be my friend trying to talk to my spouse. That's not a friend. You was side-eyeing my spouse. That's what that is. Do you watch Party? Do a watch party Love is Blind? Why is that getting a pass for Lindsay? Hopefully somebody will call him to the carpet. What is the IG spoiler page? I think it's Married at First Sight fan. Mindy was nice to Lindsay because I think Teeth is just a nice person when it boils down to it. I think at her core, Teeth is just a nice person. So she's not gonna be now. Had there been Meka, had that situation been with Meka and one of Mika's friends, had done that, it'd have been different, I think. But I think Teeth is just a genuinely soft, kind-hearted person. That's why she responded that way. But Love is Blind, I see people asking about that, but that show is over, right? Yeah, I need y'all to give me a show that's like gonna be starting up, not a show that's in the middle. I did watch Ready to Love season 2. I went back and watched it. So I plan on doing my best to review Ready to Love season 3 whenever it starts. I think like October, somewhere in there. Yeah, I'm not gonna Love is Blind is over, so I'm not gonna review something that's already come and gone. Y'all gotta give me some stuff that's fresh or about to start a new season. Without spoiling it, have you heard about Meka? Yes or no? Yes, I know what the outcome of Meka and Michael is. She would need therapy after the show. I don't know about Meka. All right, y'all. So we're coming up on 30 minutes. I, again, thank y'all so much for watching this review. Thank y'all for watching me. I don't know. Whenever I get to 7,000 views, I'll probably do another live. But I just want to tell y'all, again, I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all take care of yourself. Just take care of yourself. Y'all, it's this world, this country, it's a lot going on. Love on your people that you love. Love on them while you can, because you just don't know. So y'all take it easy. Go wash your hands. And I'll see y'all hopefully next week for another review of Married at First Sight. All right, remember to rate, comment, do all that kind of stuff. Throw some more Brilliancers in there before I go. And I'll be talking to y'all later. Peace.